finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Okay, let's see if we got everything up and running here. Let's see if we got everything going good. So hello everyone, welcome back here live on Pizza Race TV. Currently we're live here at Landmark Speedway here today, here for your showcase of the Pit Stall Racing Series. I do apologize in advance for the late start. I had some technical difficulties on my end, and I still have some technical difficulties playing out right now here. I may need to get the technical difficulty screen up real quick. I don't know what's going on down there. I'm having all sorts of issues today. See if I get this loaded up real quick. There we go. Freeze the frame and bring that back up. See if I can get this pop up now. Alright, it should be working. Alright, are we live? Yeah, we're working? Okay, here we go. There it goes. Oops. Got it. I know there's some, I'm not gonna lie, there are some training paints right now that are not working right on my end either here. I don't know what's going on with them. So you may see a few of the trucks here not in the proper spec here, so I do apologize in advance. But nevertheless, race fans, drivers currently heading out on the track here, and everyone needs to fire up here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The first, the next showing casing here today. As we're getting ready to roll off onto the circuit here, a whole host of drivers and everyone coming together here to race it out. Should be interesting to see just how quick and easy, how quick and hard everyone will give their work and give their speeds here. Getting everything dialed up and getting ready to go here once more. Again, I apologize if there's a lot of chattering, a lot of clicking here or there, because again, I am trying to get everything set up on the broadcast here, so. For those that are wondering, there was an update that they did, and unfortunately it crashed my entire system out, where I had to refresh it, and I ended up having to get that completely turned back on. So I think we're good now. So we'll get to qualifying here. We'll see how the drivers do here on the track. Who's who? Drivers ready to go at it here. So here we go. I got folks on the track here right now. Chris Susler and Robert Kahn. They are both entering into the track here. Hilton Young, Troy Radford, Blake Trawick, Tyler Hilton, all coming to the show here. Chris Moreland, the number 12 as well. Going to get a little showcase out on the circuit. Hoping the schemes load in now. And I finally got that situated here. I do apologize in advance for the delay in the timing sheets here, guys. How y'all doing out there at Race City Land over there? Parking the drivers right up right now onto the and onto the sidelines here as currently everybody puts their track onto the levels and puts them down into the metal. Everyone just trying to get themselves lined up for their first lap or two. Now it's Sadusky, one of them to be had. Troy Radford going to get his lap out there for 30.67. Trawick same deal time. Sadusky 31.08. So trying a whole different strategy here. Firing back off right off through turn number 4 here. Right now, Trawick going for its run, tightens the car up, but only going to get a 30.64 for his troubles. And Sadusky getting a 30.62, and Robert Kahn laying down 30.56 to nail the time. Jai Pool the third, thought he might have cut the grass a little too close there, but does lay a 30.64 that'll put him somewhere in the top 5 brackets. So they will help. Mike Rideout now. This time getting out 30.84 for his fast second time, winning 30.95. Won't be enough to really put him in the absolute highest rank here. Now you see the guys like Double O, Gordon Larson Jr. now trying to figure out how to navigate through this non-super speedway style track, S-track. 30.77 his final time there, clocked in. Brandon Meyer, the number 33, now heading onto the show. 31.28 for his first time. Looking to slam down at 30.5 if he can. Gone currently on top. Cruising off for turn number 4, down to the straightaway here. Brandon going for the runoff. And his time's at 30.81, not gonna be enough. .79 for the Throston Del Palo after a 30.94 start for her. Well, it's bad to the bone again. Here comes Bobby Anderson. The old Gravedigger scheme now holding onto the track here. First it was Son of a Digger, now it is the Gravedigger machine. First lap, no go, ended up spinning the tires off and throwing it for the win. Now he's looking to try to get it lined up here in this second lap. Bobby Anderson right now just closing up the gap and time zone he can, trying to look for one more runoff, one more pacing of the speed, and drives it right off from turn number 4, looking for the final drive. Time sets 31.01 for the ET camp. Boy, oh boy, not a time you're used to seeing from him. Still 5 minutes left on the clock right now. Chris Beck for the number 46 here, trying to put up one last little bit of leg. And oh, that will not help him at all, and that really won't help him. Hang on down there. Nice save off that. Oh, yeah, he saved it. Nicely done. Lost all that speed and ground, but now he just has to try to build something back up. Lost the time because that tapped the wall, and also probably losing control as well. Probably got to be a little infuriated right now with just the way that played out and what just happened there. Times are strong right now, and honestly, it's pretty impressive how we kind of delayed them down. Austin Hester, Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco coming out now. Effort time not going to count. That was definitely a cut in the grass. An off-track incident. Time will not stand. Austin Hester now coming out onto the Speedway here onto the show. Now currently Hester looking to give it what he can, give her what it's worth. His time definitely says it all there. Lay down a time of 30.74. Again, very fast, but unfortunately with this group of guys, the speeds are just so high up there and so heavy on the track, it really carries over in many ways here. And I think that's really what's kind of doing these drivers in more than anything, is that they're having to watch on and see everything kind of advance ahead of them, and then such a troublesome slate. So it looks like we're pretty much just about wrapping up there on our end here. Ty Morosco, the last driver's out on the track here. I think if we got a chance here, maybe we'll listen to some of these drivers here and see how they're feeling. We'll see how Brandon Meyer's doing real quick here. Brandon, you got a copy down there?
I have a copy.
All right. Well, Brandon, nevertheless, bud, definitely getting your time on the track, getting yourself situated with the circuit. How are things feeling so far as you get ready to go out there?
I had 2 laps, and that was in qualifying. I got out of work at 8 p.m., so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, I work at 8 p.m. and they're really just getting out of the track and out of the truck?
Yes, sir.
Hey, definitely, I give you that. At least you were able to put your time and effort into that, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see how it rolls. 80 laps here ahead of us.
Absolutely. All right, Brandon. Well, we appreciate your time down there. Best of luck as you get ready to roll.
Thank you.
Brandon Meyer, ladies and gentlemen, going to try to do some crazy stuff down there and see what he can bring to the table. Listen down there to Chris Bedford real quick on number 46. And Chris, here today, starting in a spot, not usually a position you're even considering, let alone even thinking about. How are you going to be able to travel back from the pack and have to move up the way to the front of the pack here?
80 laps is going to be a long race. Definitely keep the tires underneath it, keep the truck in the racetrack. I got in here like super late. I didn't even get to practice, so I actually clipped the grass there just to kind of invalidate my time. I don't want to be in the middle, still trying to learn the truck. It's been a while since I drove this track, but hopefully I get the hang of it.
Get the hang of it indeed. Now, I know obviously the Super Speedway versus the old Atlanta, two different subjects and confrontations, but for you and this team, I mean, really, what's the toughest part about having a race in this kind of form, this kind of formation here?
I am glad it is old Atlanta. The new Atlanta I just don't like. Never been a fan of it. Yeah, I get it's smoother and stuff like that. It does show better racing, but being on the track, it's really hard to pass, and you're being real aggressive. So hopefully we can save tires and end up top 10.
For sure there. All right, well, Chris, we do appreciate your time down there. Best of luck as you roll it out onto the circuit.
Appreciate it.
Chris Bedford, ladies and gentlemen, on the line there as we get ready to go at it here. Cody Nelson joining us back here onto the show. And Cody, it's been quite a while since we have heard and seen from you. That here you are back with the show and back on the track. What's kind of going through the process in the mind here and kind of thinking about taking down these drivers in the 13th spot?
Honestly, I'm just hoping for a top 10 here. I don't really run the trucks much, have really minimal experience in them. Obviously shows on the clock, so just going to hope, ride, see what happens with the tire strategy, and go from there.
Go from there, indeed. Having to run down all the way from New Hampshire down here to Atlanta, I got to believe the trip was a little bit harsh and a little bit interesting having to deal with the southern weather down here, right?
Yeah, a little bit different than up north.
For sure there. All right, well, Cody, we do appreciate your time, buddy. Good luck as you get ready to roll it out here on the circuit.
Thanks, bud.
Cody Nelson, ladies and gentlemen, and now that said, it's time to roll out for your entry. Time for the Pinstall Racing Series. Good enough said it any better myself. Race fans, your starting lineup presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing sees the 88 of Robert Kahn on the pole. The outside of the 02 is Tyler Hilton. Row number 2 and the number 17 is Derek Paulson. The outside of that 94 is Troy Radford. Row number 3 is Adam Robertson. Battling the number 28, the outside the 19, it is Donald Sadusky. Row number 4 is going to be the 23 John Poole, the 3rd, and the outside in the 56 Blake Trewick. Row 5 is the 1, it's I, Old Roscoe B, Morosco Coltrane. And the outside in the 74 is Dustin Franklin. Row 6 is the 45 Tim Williams, pilot set with the number 31, that's Todd Boston. Row number 7 is piloted down there by Cody Nelson. The 7, the outside number 6 is Eric Blount. Row number 8 in the 61, Chris Schuster. The outside number 12 is Chris Moreland. Row 9 in the number 11, it's Austin Hess. The outside the double, it's Gordon Martin Jr. Row 10 is Ian Steve Rada. The outside the 98, that's Mike Taylor. Row 11 is Robert Smith, the 118. The outside the throttle, Chantel Final, piloting the 5. Row number 12 and the number 33, that is Brandon Meyer. And the outside, ARCO Series driver, the 66, John Garrett. Row number 13 is Dustin Rowland, the 29. The outside, the number 76, that's Mike Rideout. Row number 14, Tim Lee, the 24. The outside, the 08, that's Devin Rowland. Row number 15 is Bobby Anderson, the 18. The outside, the 25 is Hilton Young. Row number 16 is Chris Smith for the 46. The outside, the 3 is Michael Pratt. Row number 17 will be the 34, Doug Wysocki. The outside, the 47 is Ray Radford. And finally, your starting seat today is Len McNeese and the number 84. 35 drivers to the line. 35 drivers about to go for a ride. What a long climb they've got ahead of them. Roll them down off for turn number 3 into turn number 4. showtime down here on Pizza Racing TV. Green flag is out, 80 laps to the distance, and Old Atlanta. Oh, look out. All around she goes. 10 Williams 45, Eric Clown crapped up in there, and that's a mess down there waiting to happen. Caution's out on the track. Well, we were a little bit nervous about that, what it would do for these drivers, and yet we just got a good glimpse of it here. A nasty, nasty little situation just piling up right in front of the drivers here. Nothing they can do about it. John Bull looks like got kind of trapped there on the bottom, kind of sent it back. Brownsco getting out of the way, and then all of a sudden finds himself in that mess, trying to square it up, and the truck just kind of nowhere to go. And the next thing you know, absolute carnage of a pileup just ensues down there. I think this was the old ARCA brakes monologue there, if you ask me. Look at right here, 86.3. Little bump. There's the 3 wipers flashed up. Williams trying to get out of that mess right cloud. Next thing you know, trying to avoid the double low. The trim lead gets completely taken out by the 08 Kevin Rowland. And everything else just went pretty much anywhere but straight. Not the way you want to start this race off, not the way you want to build the paces in. Currently, while some producers work on some things on my end here, we're watching on as the drivers get ready to roll off turns more so as they go. They want to bring the power and the speed back to life here. I think we're ready to go again here, yep. So right now the rattlesnake Robert Kahn still your leader and still needs to learn how to put his paint jobs on the screen right. I don't even think he's got the proper truck on, to be honest with you. I see GT in the back there. That usually tells me he is driving a trying to drive a Ford when he's a Toyota driver. I think he put the wrong paint scheme on the wrong scheme there. I don't even say it. Doesn't say GT in the back there. Look at that. I think he tried to put an actual old 60 car scheme on a truck. That's the end result you get out of it, unfortunately. Derek Paulson right now locking on, looking to lock doors and lock the horns. Down from turn number 3 to turn number 4 here. Back on their feet, ready to roll off there in Atlanta. Green flag drops it down, and we're back at it for the 80 lap sanctuary. Oh, look out! More trouble there on the front straightaway here. Numerous amount of drivers wrecking out on the front half here. And this is what they were worried about. This is what they were a little scared about, was something like this possibly happening on these restarts. Looks like a 12 just kind of drove right off and couldn't find himself in the proper spot there. And ended up finding himself in a complete mess. Chris Moreland, unfortunately, the one that was on the receiving end of that. Let's take a look and see why exactly the number 12 decided to go straight right here. Looks to me like a complete mischief there. Schuster had nowhere to go. Got slapped there by Whiteout. Next thing you know, I believe that was the 6 of Aaron Blount, the 98. Mike Taylor just barely avoiding that and getting out of it. And all of a sudden, that's what changed up this game plan. Field right now, currently waiting out for the timer here and timing sheets to see just how the drivers are feeling about this here. Let's head down to the radio control box here. Get listening to some of these guys here at the Wrapz. Robert Kahn now on the line with us here. Kahn, not the start. I think any of these drivers were wanting to get out here and now having to kind of wait patiently to get going. I mean, what's your thought process? You wait for everything to kind of start ticking up again.
I don't know. We just need to get in line here. This is a tricky track, especially on the restart. So, a lot of trucks out here, so I think it's going to work itself out. But should get some green flag racing. I'm thinking on this restart, kind of weed out some of the wrecks. So,
weed out some of the wrecks and weed out some of the craziness. Really, what's been kind of this mindset for you ever since you kind of got the qualifying spot, number 1 here today?
I love this old Atlanta, and I hated to see it go off the schedule, like and be like repaved or redesigned. So I've always liked this track, so I was happy to see this one. So I'm excited for this race, and I don't want it to go yellow the whole time. I want to do some racing, man. This is a blast for a track.
For sure there. Well, there, let's call. We do appreciate your time down there. Best of luck as you get ready to roll back out there.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Around. Thank Robert Kahn, ladies and gentlemen, on the line there. As he prepares himself up, psyching himself up, getting himself ready to go. Still the caution flag. I believe they're trying to get everyone cleaned up down there still. Schuster, Blount, Anderson, Larson Jr., Robert Smith. They took a lot of damage in that one, and they know now they're trying to even hang on at this point. Takes a lot out of a driver. Just have to admit when you got tore up a bit. Adam Robertson, Alan Sadusky right now looking on both drivers. Settle themselves in and get them settled on down to the track side here. Well, Kahn playing a little bit of mind games where he's just trying to get the carburetor ready. Looking to start this one on hot. Now again to the green flag, and they keep it going from here. Much better start this time around. Much better start now, much better opening coming up with the lead. Derek Paulson immediately trying to shoot the gap up on the rattlesnake Robert Kahn. Look to the outside, trying to get the outside set to force up a little bit, make a move off from it. Kahn throwing the block though right off that lanes now, trying to face him on the lanes he needs it to. Remember what I said earlier, it's very hard to pass at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and right now you're seeing a good glimpse of it. Also trying to drive every inch of that car just to get the car to do what it needs to do. But it's successful nevertheless. Gets the pass on Kahn now. Robertson there in the 28, moving up there with Paulson. Pressing their way back in. Rada, Pownell, and Garrett. Huge amount of gain traction for them. $11, 13, 14 spots up respectively. Now make that about 10 and 14 there. Pownell trying to make the pass there right onto the inside there. Rada can't quite get it to go off from that ledge. Todd Poston now. Starting to look a little bit more hammered in, a little bit more configured. He's trying to get as much speed off as he can get here. Look at that uniform power, that uniform speed. EMF Racing Design number 17 there. Paulson just keeping his nose clean, trying to not overdo it. Todd moving way too hard, way too quick. Put himself into a bit of a pickle if you ask me. Sadusky and Robertson right now going head to head here between the two. Sadusky looking to get a little more of a run, and remembering Ryan's 19. It's going up there to Robertson. Robertson taking the lead just a little while ago. Now just trying to keep whatever's left in the tank there. Arca driver known as the number 66 is John Garrett. He's on Twitch channel as well. Should visit that up, and then of course sportwars.com for all the latest and greatest of your custom designs that you can make up. He's right now working extremely hard with this field, with this gap, and Troy Radford not far out of that pack. Radford's been known to kind of play with these drivers a little bit, kind of make them wait it out, kind of watch up the front and then watch out for the pace. And now here's Cody Nelson. Seems to be figuring things out a little bit. Made the trip all the way down from New Hampshire here to Atlanta Speedway today. Trying to show his work, trying to show that he belongs with the big dogs and the big guns of this racing age. If you're gonna take some drivers down, you might as well try to take down the ones that have been here since really day one, and Rada not able to do so here at Dow Pownell. Taking a huge opening there, and now just moving the chains up even more. Red's Coffee Co-8 machine right now struggling a little bit as Garrett tries to find a way around him. Good clean side-by-side racing here. It looks like that Rada will get the better of him. Dustin Franklin have a little bit of a drop down there, and now he moves his way up. We'll have Nelson. I think it's kind of interesting so far. Did you kind of look at the way the pack's been going, the way the drivers are rolling out? Nobody has really caused any too crazy moves or too much mischief. It's really odd. Rather instead, it's just basically focus in on your legs, focus in on your shots. And Cox flying out on the track here. On lap number 19 to lap 20. Chris Schuessler bringing out the caution in the number 61 there. Looks like on the front straightaway here for turn 1. Take a look at the PT Race TV. Has to replay and see what happened here. Exactly. He's been involved in a couple of them. Got too close to that 0-2 and kind of caved him in. Just like that. Completely hammered out and hammered in to the wall protection. Absolutely nothing he can do about there. We'll take another look at it here and see just how hard he got a look out of that thing. I got 3 wide here, and it looks like everything was going good, and then all of a sudden just kind of rolled right in. Flip cam not quite giving us a good aerial view there, but it was the best we could do in that case. On down to pit road here, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers now getting themselves ready to roll back in. Pit stops of many, pit stops of plenty. Khan getting in late. Maybe later than he wanted to there. Paulson trying to hurry out, but it looks like Robertson gets the advantage of the drivers. Wide action there right out. Khan might have got enough there. Didn't quite get it on front, but did get it right on poster. This is our third caution of the day here. Again, no stage cautions, no nothing. It's all strictly just cautions. Depending on what happened to the driver or what happened to the individuals out there. Let's see, we got time to talk to some more drivers down there here while we got a chance. Plenty of names and faces in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We'll listen now in with Troy Radford, the number 94 here in Troy. Now having to go back to a spot you're probably more accustomed to there in the top 5, but being on the inside lane, does that give you a little bit of an advantage to get a run here off the starts?
I mean, yes and no. The inside lane definitely has a better run through 1 and 2. After that, I kind of like the outside lane to get a pretty good run there, but, you know, mostly just trying to bide my time, make sure that I'm not in a bad fuel position here and saving some tires.
Well, I was going to ask about that, like with the fuel limits and the tire limit as well. I mean, how much of a struggle is it just to kind of keep that within your budget range and your time zone here?
You know, honestly, I'm a little unsure. So I didn't get in from work until literally right when qualifying was started. So a lot of my telemetry data that I usually use is not open. So I'm flying a little blind here. So I'm pretty much just in conserve as much as I can and hope for the best mode.
For sure there. All right. Well, Troy, we do appreciate your time down there, buddy.
Thank you.
Troy Radford, ladies and gentlemen, on the line. Take a listen to Tyler Hilton now in the number 02. And Tyler, talk about having a lot of craziness and madness happening down there. Unfortunately, you and Schuessler getting kind of tangled up. What happened on your end on the front straightaway?
Yeah, just kind of unfortunate right there. You know, from the get-go, I was kind of playing a strategy game, coming down pit road, topping off with fuel and stuff. But that run, we were starting to get spread out a little bit. Unfortunately, I think Hilton Young was a little bit off the pace. I came up behind him a lot quicker than I had anticipated. And when I tried to make a move to the inside to get under him, there was already somebody there making a move on me and just kind of made contact on that. So it's an unfortunate circumstance, had to use that fast repair, but we're back out here. We're going to try to do what we can to conserve it, save, and we'll get back up there hopefully in the long run.
with what little time you have, I mean, does the 02 think maybe that he has enough time to maybe pop a top 10 out of this bracket with this amount of drivers?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that with a little bit of strategy and some longer runs here, if we can get that, I think I can work my way back up there. So we definitely have a fast enough truck, but just gotta stay on my toes here and try to work around some of the traffic.
All right, Hilton, thank you for your time down there.
Yep, thank you, bud.
Tyler Hilton, ladies and gentlemen. Fast 1/4 away there. Robertson, Franklin, Poston, Kahn, your 2 front rows. Now they have to figure out where they're going to make or break this race apart. Steer into the track and drive off from there here. Line it back down to the green flag restart zone. Here we go once more. Dustin Franklin, big drive right off the dart. Gray bar number 74. Just absolutely sent it around on that side of the track. Did not let up one bit. Up on the race lead right now. Robertson with the company on his back doorsteps and his back handles here. He's got a whole bunch of them right now looking for it. Top 10 so far. Tedeschi, Poole, Pottle, Garrett, Nelson, Poston, Bradford. Sorry, that is Dustin Franklin, Robert Kahn, and Adam Robertson, your race leaders. Rolling them off by the bottom lane now. The old rattlesnake is kind of deviously looking on, trying to stay close, trying to stay game. So these guys work cut out for him. The other drivers don't want to give it up that easily to him. Meanwhile, looking them on from the back of the pack. John Poole and John Garrett having a good little tussle. Poole just trying to stay cool under that pressure limits as well. Doesn't want nothing to do with losing out in that speed and that grip. Stacking him up right behind right now. Cody Nelson a little bit tight on that bottom lane, losing some speed for his troubles. Not sure if maybe he was just trying to stabilize some truck or he was just definitely losing his mind down there. Either way, didn't seem to affect him too badly, thankfully, but that still continues at any moment. This guy got to go Roscoe people because they're trying to move up the position and move in the race. Roscoe just absolutely clearing the house, clearing the drive off there, looking for any little thing he can. Garrett Paulson Roscoe having a good battle here. The top 10 spot is up for grabs. Paul's trying to stay out of that mess. Doesn't want nothing to do with those boys behind her, but Roscoe doesn't seem to really care. Wants to beat her to those guys. Got a new leader up as well right now, 2nd and 7/10 ahead here. Donald Sadusky is way ahead here of the front runners. Like Robert Collins, Franklin to Robinson, Todd Poston. Things are completely changing on a complete whim and a dime here. right now. So far, it's been whoever really can just manage the gas pedal and manage to drive off. So far, the only one that's been able to do that is Dusty. That's right, in the practice, I saw him struggling a lot. Trying to keep that line on the plane, on the start. Trevor now making his run from the back here. 18 spots up from the back. Got the ultimate He's making his way from the extreme outhouses and more towards the White Houses. Safe to say with a good plan, a good strategy, no notice for that. Now too, it seems like drivers have kind of let off a little bit. They're starting to get a little more cleared out, a little more relaxed. Seem to be kind of chill and breezing by as we go on board led by socket number 34. Raising awareness as well. Got the Ellie's place number 34, I believe that's what it is. Riding it well and riding with heart in the digital motorsports camp as well. He has a lot on his plate. Every time he gets behind the wheel, he comes racing. Also, Dusty still. All sorts of issues here. Well, I'm trying to back up right now. 3-car battle here for the lead. Zadusky on, or excuse me, second place is Con, Franklin, and looks like Troy Radford having a little bit of passing opportunities here to make room. Con trying to keep its composure, trying to keep his pace here. Knows that if he lets Zadusky catch any more breathing room, it could be easily just game over in a heartbeat. Roy Radford going to the bottom lane now. He starts to bring the pain, bring the speed, and bring the drive. Landed a beautiful corner there off turn number 3 and 4. On the old rattlesnake of all things, and out of the field, trying to take it low enough. Definitely rolling right down, 10 spots up here for the zero-way machine. Does start back at 28th spot here. Managed to hang on, just kind of stay out of issues and try to flake way here. Ron Smith out of the race. It was entirely quickly Kusler. That's the same ordeal. Then rolling, John Garrett now. Robertson going to pit road. Whoa, easy rolling. Hold on. Nice save there, but that was a nasty little spin that he just took there. How on earth Zadusky is that far ahead right now is beyond me, but I had to guess probably because the battle is going on back there. Halfway done with this race now, race fans. It's all give and take here from here on out. Nobody is safe in this kind of level, this kind of field. I said earlier in the hill, you're thinking this truck can get back to the top 10 at least. Stay flat out. With a little bit of wind got space. I'll figure something out. Big bet stop's also engaged here. Looks like currently we're window timing here. Very shorter than I was expecting. And then by the Pit Stop Race Series, your lap times show consistently about a 28 to 30 difference, a 20 difference. And now Pit Stop's opening up for their end as well, so it looks like they may have read the calendar list and may have read it, the who's going where. Eric Lawson opting to stay out. Pit stops here for Paulson as he goes to pit road to Dusty Bradford and Franklin. All deciding there to make them move ahead. Left hand Treywick gonna have to get back up there to the heavy charge of John Garrett. And that 66 as much as he's also having to go 3 wide there with that second. Filing in right now here, the 33. Hard here. Interested to see if that will work out in their favor or if it'll just end up sending them back to the pack here like it's been doing other drivers. Professor Timley right now, currently in a 27th position, trying to fight on some of the gremlins here, if you will, and make sure the truck was at tip-top shape as much as the league was. Remember, credit to him and all the admin teams for helping out on that. They deserve every bit of credit these guys are getting right now. Down up double file out turn number 4 here right now. Jacob, excuse me, Adam Robertson, trying not to let the Jack attack as Robert Robertson on Robert Smith here. It's Robert Anderson. It's Adam Robertson. I'm losing tonight, guys. I apologize. Long green light run wasn't the way one wanted. I don't think it's what he really wanted to do. Dusty just deep in a 3-second lead over the entire field here with Troy Radford. There you see just kind of closing up on the gaps here. Really, I mean, for the driver's sake, I really don't know where else you can kind of take this at this point. Now you're in a whole different strategy. It's extremely difficult as they go. Feel that power and feel that drive you get from that old machine there. Overall, I would have loved to see that release. Ram right now, the 33 GoPro machine parked up on the outside. Got a jump there on Len McNeese. Len McNeese is the only driver that can do the absolute craziest thing. You'll see, go from 35th to 1st in the race win. spot right now. The number 6 here, trying to keep D4, but he's a little bit more on his edge, on his toes here. Radford getting that lead away there from Sadusky. Sadusky currently falls one spot back. Moving ahead with him. A lot of pacing, a lot of runs to be taken out here and trying to figure out where the last moment will go. Radford is still your leader here, half a second though, separating him and Franklin out. Take a look at our time sheet. Yeah, it's pretty much been whatever that number 74 can bring onto the fight. Radford, that's the Franklin right now, currently keeping charged up. No one right now wants to be in that extremely tight-ended corners and extremely tight-ended exits here. The last thing you want to do is the last thing you want to bring. Right now, Todd Boaston, they've had some good runs here on this track before. I think they've honestly struggled more towards the makeshift Cooper Speedway package. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here. It seems more like anything. They're just kind of getting everything dialed up and figured out. That's the way the circuit's kind of treating them right now. Every driver here is just looking for that one little speed, that one little bench. Make up for all the efforts and all the troubles they face in constantly. Time Roscoe and Doug Wysocki going head to head here. Wysocki going straight on the inside middle. Roscoe trying to cradle the bottom. Holds it down tight and lets it stick. Nice move there. Roscoe earlier on having a few bad moves there that kind of cost him again. This time not the same case. Wysocki though, beautiful entry now, hunting for the exit. Couldn't quite clear it. He had a lot of momentum against that last traffic, but it was not enough to clear out. Was it enough to roll out? That's zero decision. But nevertheless, the last thing this race here with 24 laps to go, coming up. A lot of drivers right now currently trying to fix the blown motors, trying to fix the engines like Dustin Rowland, Devin Rowland. Now Robinson, Corey Nelson right now stretched out further and further back between. Tyron Hilton right now though, certainly liking what they're doing with them, what they're putting up on the tables here. Only so many laps left to go. I think it all kind of whittles down to what they can do best. pit stop now, also engaged up. As Tyler Hilton gets his last one in. Chris Mefford. I don't know how the MFer did it, but Mefford is right now currently 30 positions up. They nicknamed him, well, I nicknamed him the MFer then because it's just pretty much one of his nicknames and his trademarks. He is truly that guy that can just take you for a ride, take you for the drive, and that lets you even be able to sink your teeth in long enough to stable, even get a footful in that race lead. And the bottle also making a good little run here, currently 5 positions, 4 positions away from taking that top honor. Derek Paulson here in Ty Morosco, one of the last ones out. Lenny McNeese the same way. Morosco too is known to be trying to play some extremely tight strategies before. How will that handle here? Oh, he got a little company there for the old Wrapz. Whoa! And it looks like Morosco blocked the heck out of Khan there. I don't know if Khan really appreciates that much. He bumped the tag to 1 there. Could that be a little reminder for what happened in Kansas a few months ago, I'd say? It's a couple seasons ago, I know that much. Those two did not care for each other that day, and they would not want to deal with each other at all after that. They at least came bygones be bygones to let it race out, except for maybe that little tag. Nothing Franklin, your new leader, Troy Radford now moving in a second. Last minute rallies by these drivers in the pit strategy, certainly throwing everyone for a bit of a loop. Everything just kind of changing up so quickly here, kind of flipping us on a dime. It's hard to kind of keep up here, guys. Right now, about 3.5 seconds back to Chris Mefford, ahead of Chris Mefford. You're like Troy by 10 seconds back from him. Lap winding down. Time running out. And speed now almost increasing to whole new levels. Rolling now, going ahead of Waddle there. Almost drives right up there onto Chantal. Chantal able to keep her speed on and keep up her pace. Radford right now going to be in a kind of crossfire here with some drivers, and now you got a whole lineup of them just trying to get in and out of the way here. Dot posting there for a minute. I believe that's John Poole the third, also trying to make his way around Ray Radford to go on board Cheetor. Cheetor has not had a very good day, unfortunately, for all the intended purposes of what's been going down there, and now he's just trying to hang in with whatever he can. Alan Robertson back quicker. John Bull, the third man, just flying through the field now. Last bit of that race, he's got left in him. He's using every bit now. John Bull right now just trying to keep up and laying down the speed, just going for whatever they got. Like Speedway, Chris Mefford. Going head to head here right now. Big spots going up for the driver's spine. Like Speedway, Chris Mefford, John Bull. Each of them in their own wheelhouse right now. Each of them in their own little area. Right now, going on that bottom run there, looking for a big move off on Mefford. Mefford trying to be one step ahead of him, but now even John Bull coming in. Dreywick realizes he's got a who's who. Dreywick trying to get to him. He's got to make a move now quick. And a big jump to the inside, runs it hard from turn number 3. On ahead there, John Bull, and now John Bull with a big move coming off. He plays double trouble. He's got a daily double. Success for the 23, beautifully done. Well done, well executed, everything just perfectly timed on that one to make that run and make that pass. That's how you make it as clear and definitive as you get. Laps about to turn to 10 laps to go. And one false easy swoop. Troy Radford looks like he's not figured it out again. And just like that, big dynamic shift to Radford, the pit road. Gone now. And the race lead. Now you hear the throttle consuming and the clutch performing art of the craft. Right now, probably just trying to keep everything he can in that table here in that zone. John Poole looking at that same strategy with a lot more power and speed on the tires. Just trying not to overestimate or underestimate anything else that kind of fits in with this category. Take it or break it with whatever they may want in this last bit. We had a couple cautions early. It looks like they settled down, calmed down a bit. But they almost came back together though with that one. As Eric Paulson now, he's trying to charge up. Running out of laps, so 8 laps to go. Now turn 7. Not easy going. Look at that onboard camera right now here. You see Paulson just trying to stay one step ahead and one step out into the curving in the corners here. Six laps left to go. John Poole right now, your race leader. Last minute pit stops. There's a rattlesnake. Robert Kahn even had to admit he had to go in there. Eric Paulson right now currently got probably the most level-headed of the trucks here. 62 laps left. Lap 62 was his last pit stop. Now here we go. Watch that top 5 on your screen. Just kind of swap back and forth a little bit. Top 5 on the ends. John Poole third. Trying to bring home win number 2 this season. Stands for a reason. John Poole probably just wants nothing more than to let this race play out the way he's intending it to. With him out on top and with another win. It's a beautiful strategy to get cocked and a very smart timing execution considering everything else that happened. Now all eyes are on him in this final leg. into that throttle rhythm again. Hear that clutch in. Bull knows he's in trouble. How about 2.5 second spot back there, really where what he knows to do. Bull right now just keeping out of the way of those other lap traffic drivers. Paulson close behind. Coming up, here we go. With 1 lap to go. Presented by Forward Screen Printing. This is your last lap. Does Poole have enough? Oh, look, clip up. That was not good. He's got to be careful. Wants to win this race. He just needs that one last little bit. The car is spurting, trying to keep up. He's going to get it across, though, and it's not go for the 23. John Poole wins it. Long fight and journey here for every driver out there, but in this case, John Poole rallies it up, tallies it down, and gets himself a huge victory here. Once again, 2 wins now for the number 23. John Poole definitely needing this big time. Safe to say, though, he's a guy that many drivers and fans may need to be a little bit more wary of and keep their eye on, considering how smooth and clean he's been on this one. Let the celebration commence for the number 23 Victory Lane Donuts and a burnout to settle the score up with those drivers. Your race results tell you all you need to know, your race fans. It was a long one. It was a doozy, but boy, did they figure out how to get the winning strategies in. Poole coming out on top. Paulson going to go home for the 3rd spot. Or 2nd, excuse me. Treywick going to go 3rd. Morasco going 4th. 5th to Mefford. Mike Rideout going 6th, 7th to Chantal Paddle. Oh, by the way, Chris Mefford 26 spots up, hard charger of the night. Paddle not far behind, 15 spots up. Actually, check that back, 27 spots up. Len McNeese actually beats him out, so there you go. And then now in the 9th spot, Donald Zadusky. And then in the 10th spot, that would be Troy Radford rounding out the field in your 10th place positions here. Absolutely wild racing throughout. A solid effort, though, by all drivers involved, and a solid drive there from everyone that mixed in between. Certainly something you'll have to keep your eye on throughout these events and throughout these shows. But nevertheless, here, race fans, it's time to take a listen into our top 3 drivers here now as they join me here into the lineup and onto the stage here. Blake Treywick right now not chatting with us here. I don't know if he will join us or not here. We'll certainly wait and see. But nevertheless, a big congratulations there for our 3rd place finish. 2nd place, though, is going to go to one Derek Paulson right now. He joins me here onto the channel here. And Derek, once more, 2nd place rolling out here at Atlanta. A long road for you, sir, and definitely one that could have gone either way had it had another lap or two. What was going through your mind there in the last bit?
Oh, I was praying the whole time there was no caution. I really thought I was going to be in the catbird seat with fuel and tires. But John, he was able to save. I was surprised. That last run I didn't have to do really anything. I just drive, didn't have to worry about it. But the 1 second to the last pit stop, I think I lost too much time, and it probably cost me the win tonight. But you know what? For someone to, I've been gone for a couple weeks, and to come back. Feels pretty good to be in the top 2.
End up in the top 2 and end up with a solid performance end for this race today. All in all, though, Derek, I got to ask you, good sir. I mean, really, if you could have tried anything a little bit differently today, what have been kind of the game plan here to kind of make sure you made a jump up for the race win?
Well, another thing that really didn't help was I forgot to turn on my spotter, and so the one pit stop I came in third and came out, I don't know, 16th, 17th. I lost so much track position, which put me behind the 8 ball the whole night. I guess I probably could have ran without my spotter, but it gets to be a little too much for me. So if between those two things, I think I would have had pretty much a perfect race. But you know what? I'll still take it.
Still taking it indeed. Coming away second. Who do you want to thank for this one, Derek?
I got to thank everyone over at the pit stall, Tim and all the admins. I got to thank all the drivers. Again, we had 35, 37, 36, 34, somewhere mid-30s start tonight, and this track, slick and tight and tough to pass, and, we only had those wrecks at the beginning there, and we went a long way. Green flag, it was awesome. That says a lot about the drivers here, and I got to thank MFRD, and I got to thank you there up in the PTM booth, and I think that's about it.
Absolutely there. Well, nevertheless, here, Derek, congratulations on bringing it on home to second place today, good sir.
Yep, thank you.
And he's lucky because if I got to him, I was putting him in the wall.
Well, that's the professor, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Lee on the line there.
I'm just kidding. That's Derek's inside, me and his inside joke. Is there any chance he can get to wreck me? He will, but he never does, of course.
Well, you never got a chance today to get this one either here as we now join our top driver today here, ladies and gentlemen, John Poole III coming away with the race win. John, man, talk about having to play pretty much catch up for a little while there, then all of a sudden put 2 and 2 together and figure out how to outsmart the field. Did the pit strategies really just kind of make it or break it for you today in this race?
Yeah, it really did. Pit strategy was really king. Kind of after that, the cautions that we had early, you kind of had to decide when to take your tires, when not to take your tires. I kind of went aggressive and laid in my bed and said, okay, I know I can make it here if I save a little bit here and maybe take my tires these last 2 pit stops. Even so, there was still some saving that I had to do there. It was about quarter of a lap to the good there at the end, so it just barely worked out.
It just barely worked out for you, but nevertheless, I know obviously you wanted to get another win in this season. The fact you're able to accomplish this and set yourself up, I mean, how good does it feel to take home another victory here on Pizza Race TV, let alone with the Pit Stop Racing Series?
It feels great. It feels great. To be honest with you, before the win at Las Vegas, I had kind of been in a dry spell with my sim racing wins. It's been about 2 years or so, and now to have 2 in 3 weeks is feels good. Feels good. It definitely brings back the confidence. That's for certain.
For certainly indeed. Well, nevertheless, man, as you bring yourself some more confidence and another nice little win to the table, who do you want to thank for this race win today?
Just gotta thank y'all at the broadcast for putting this on every single week. We all appreciate it. Gotta thank my teammates Blake, Steve, hanging out. I know Blake was kind of on a similar strategy but didn't take tires, so I know he was kind of kicking himself for that. And just got to thank the admins for all that they do each and every week. I know it's not easy running a league, and I appreciate what they do.
For sure there, John. Congratulations taking it on home there for the race win today, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, David Cox and Tim Lee now joining me here real quick. David, as well as Tim, do you two have any last words here for the fans and crew out there today?
Not too much. It was another good race. Like Derek said in the beginning, we had a couple of cautions, but after that, once we got that first green flag, we got some pit stall racing in, some green flag runs, and it turned out to be a really good race.
Yeah, I think it was a decent race tonight. I kind of throw these guys for a loop sometimes in some of my settings I give out, and I kind of make it challenging for everybody. But once they get their first initial couple dents in the cars, they straighten it up pretty good and make it a good race.
For For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, here, I guess final thoughts to this one. It was a long fight out with the strategy and the fuel kind of coming into play, and many drivers just trying to just wiggle their way around the speedway when they can, and they found what they could. But all in all, a well-deserved win there and a good, solid effort from everyone. Certainly shows you why Old Atlanta still got a little bit of that taste in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again to our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing for their sponsorship today, as well as our friends at Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to visit up fortworthscreenprinting.com and Lightning Wrapz, as well as visit up the John T. Derrick Twitch channel for his support in doing so as well. Ranks fans, it's been a pleasure to have you on board. If you have any final thoughts other than that, I will send it to you guys in the comments. It is time to send it off here. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.